nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No Cameroon nigga came back.
Shalom Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. UPK Midwest under Commander General Honda, we are doing the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend. It's going to be amazing. Everybody should come. It's going to be off the chain.
General Muhammad will be doing scripture breakdown at the Chicago School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, you got the Black and Brown Lecture hosted by Officer Tabawan and Officer Karyash. We're going to be having camp downtown Chicago from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. All of the heavy hitters going to be in the building. Last but not least, we're going to be having the 4th annual Midwest Barbecue. There's going to be plenty of food, plenty of drinks. Don't miss out. It's going to be fire.
Hey, Shalom. The UPK is at it again. We out Chicago with it for the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd through the 24th, 2021.
You took a loss, tried to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Round one, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cowards, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Fuck, man. No Cameroon nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No Cameroon nigga came back.
Shalom Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. UPK Midwest under Commander General Honda, we are doing the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend. It's going to be amazing. Everybody should come. It's going to be off the chain.
General Muhammad will be doing scripture breakdown at the Chicago School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, you got the Black and Brown Lecture hosted by Officer Tabawan and Officer Karyash. We're going to be having camp downtown Chicago from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. All of the heavy hitters going to be in the building. Last but not least, we're going to be having the 4th annual Midwest Barbecue. There's going to be plenty of food, plenty of drinks. Don't miss out. It's going to be fire.
Hey, Shalom. The UPK is at it again. We out Chicago with it for the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd through the 24th, 2021.
You took a loss, tried to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Round one, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cowards, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Fuck, man. No Cameroon nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No Cameroon nigga came back.
Shalom Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. UPK Midwest under Commander General Honda, we are doing the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend. It's going to be amazing. Everybody should come. It's going to be off the chain.
Shalom, Israel. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Today is Hebrew class. We're going to start with the nations today. One second, let me get my booklet. Okay. We're going to start with the nations today. As we usually do, we start with the Lashawan Kodash. Ba, Ga, Ga, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, Ma, Ka, La. Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right. So before we get into breaking down the whole nations, we will break down the Lashawan Kodash. All right, the Hebrew alphabet. Here we have A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right. This is the Lashawan Kodash from front to back. Hey, Shalom. Shalom Yashar. Shalom Gadaya Allah. But yeah, this is what you will see at the beginning of every Hebrew class. The Lashawan Kodash. Okay. Abba, Gada, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Kala, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Okay. This is the Lashawan Kodash. All right. Now let's do the Assyrian. Since we're getting more into it, do the Assyrian. Ah, Ma, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa. Now, if you notice, some of these words have two forms. You use the second form of the letter. You use the second form of the letter when it is at the end of a word. Okay, when it is at the end of a word, that's when you use the second form of a letter. Okay? All right, that's what that means as far as two forms of certain letters. Okay. Sa, this is sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, and tha. All right. Let me use a different color. Just one color. Going through colors. A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, and tha. I erase that caption under there. So what you're seeing here is the Assyrian Hebrew. You have the ancient Hebrew, or what's also known as the Paleo Hebrew, or in certain books it will be called Aramaic. Aramaic. You may read it as Aramaic, but this is Assyrian Hebrew, because when we were in the Assyrian captivity, we changed our writing form to blend in with the Assyrians and to blend in with the people at the time, and the languages at the time. Okay, so just over a matter of time, our languages are the way we wrote our letters changed. All right, to what you see today. A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, and tha. And not to say that there hasn't been in history maybe other times where we tweaked the letters and the way we wrote the letters. Not to say that that's impossible, but these are the two major known ways of saying it: the Assyrian and the Paleo. All right, these are the two major ones. Okay, because you may read Hebrew on certain stones or scripts or anything, something like that, if you get into the history of it and study of it, and the words, some of the letters would look different. But that's just, even if you look at English, how many different fonts does English have? You go on the internet, you type in something, or you writing a piece of paper, and you'll change the font or the way the letters are written out. So that happens over time in different places, and people writing styles change up things. So these are the two main. All right, from here we're going to go to the nations. Let's start breaking down some of the nations. Okay. Let's start with Ham. Okay. Let's start with Ham. Ham. These are Africans. All right. Now, the way you write Ham in the Hebrew is Ham. Okay. I'm just saying that are Africans because there's going to be too many forms. So, the way you say it in the Hebrew is Ham. Ham. And it's spelled, Hebrew is written this right to left. So, Ha and a Ma. Connector, Ham. Ham. Now, the Assyrian, I'm supposed to be changing it. Come. Now, in this one, you will use the second form of ma. All right, this is a ma. And you use the second form, like we talked about, where there's two forms. Because that ma, which is that circular word letter character, it's like a big circle with a little hook, a little fish hook thing coming off. That you use the second form of ma because it is at the end of the word. All right, Ham is the Africans. Okay, let's go to another nation. Let's do Edom. Edom. How do you spell that in Hebrew? Adawam. 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 Now, I'm going to write it in the Paleo or the ancient. It's Adawama. Adawam. All right, Adawam. Connectors right here. Now, this connector, instead of saying Adawama, since this connector is here, it's Adawam. This connector connects this, instead of it being Yama, it's a Yum. Adawam. It's like, yeah, Wa. Instead of it being Wama, it's just Wum. You know, thanks to that connector. That connector changes the ending of the pronunciation. So wa, and ma. Okay? Adawam. Adawam. Alright. Let's get another one. This is the Chinese, which is Moab. Moab. They're the Chinese. So how you say them is ma, wa, aba, 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 aba. Okay, that's Moab. How do you spell it in the ancient? It's ma, wa, it's a huh in there. Huh, and then a buh at the end. Aba. Ba. Now, I use the connectors in a different way this time. If you were to look at Aba, you have basically a smiley faces and the frown faces, basically. So under the ma, which is the first letter on the right, that has basically a frowny face under it. That means the ma is pronounced by itself. Next is the wa is pronounced by itself, and then you see the connector in and ha. And ha are connected. So instead of it being ma wa haba, the and the ha are connected. So it's ma wa ba. All right. Instead of it being ma wa ha ba, it's ma wa ba. That a or that those two letters are connected. That's where you get the change in pronunciation. Ma wa aba. Right in the Syrian. Now this is going to have a different type of ma that's supposed to be ending. It looks different. Okay, this is the first letter of the word. Ma, wa, sa. Okay, and then ba. All right, ma, wa, aba. All right. Fix this a little bit. These letters are kind of small. Ma, wa, ha, and ba. Ma, wa, ha, ba. Ma, wa, aba. Ma, wa, ba. Okay, ma, wa, aba. Those are the Chinese. Moab is the Chinese. All right. So if we get to the Chinese, it's only fair that we get the Japanese. Ammon. 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 I said it's Imawan. Imawan. As I said in the Hebrew, Imawan. Imawan. So, how do you say it? The I, ma, wa, na. Imawan. I, ma, wan. Imawan. I, ma, wa, na. Imawan. Instead of it being Imawana, this connector makes the A at the end of the na silent. So the A at the end of it is silent because of the connector. All right, let's write in the Syrian. We're Where's the I? I, M, W, N. I'm a one. I, M, W, N. I'm a one. I'm a one. All right, those are the Japanese. Ammon and Moab. Those are the Japanese. Mawa'aba and Amawan. Next, let's get another major people. Let's get Ishmael. Ishmael. Ishmael is the Arabs, the father of the Arabs. Ishmael. 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 The way you say Ishmael is Yasha Ma'ayla. Yasha Ma'ayla. Alright? Yasha wa I. Is it Hala? Yeah. Shema Ayla. Shema I. Yasha wa Ayla. Yeshama. Okay? Yashama Ayla. Okay, let's write that in the ancient. Shama I ha la. Yashama Ayla. Yashama I la. This is a connector. Yashma'ayla. 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 Ishmael. Yashma'ayla. All right. Let's write it in the Syrian. Yashama'ayla. 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 All right, Yashama'ayla. That's Ishmael. Yashama'ayla. The Arabs, famous figure, father of the Arabs. Last but not least for this right now, we're going to get Japheth. Japheth, who's the father of the Hawaiians and Samoans. Japheth. Japheth. How do you say that in the Hebrew? Japheth. Yapath. 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 Now let's write that down in the Assyrian, the ancient, so like not the Assyrian, the ancient. Ya, pa, and the. Ya, pa. Ya. Let's write it again in this Assyrian. Ya. What's the Yapa and the Yapath. The Yapath. Let's go over what we learned today. All right, when you start at the top, you have Ham. Ham. That's how you pronounce it in the English. Who is the father of the Africans? You pronounce it in the Hebrew, Cham. Chum. Chum. All right. And you see the two writings, the Cha and the Ma, in the Assyrian, and that's in the blue. The ancient is in the dark blue, and the Syrian is in the light blue. Chum. Next, you have Edom. Edom. Those are the Caucasians. All right, the oppressor. And the way you pronounce that is Adawam. 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 Okay. Adawam. Next is Moab, the Chinese. The Chinese. The way you say their name in the Hebrew is Mawa'aba. 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 Next is Ammon, the Japanese. The way you say their name in the Hebrew is Imawan. 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 Ammon. Then you go down to the Arabs which is Ishmael. That's in the English. That's the forefather. Name was Ishmael. And these names, the nations are named after their forefather in the scriptures. So all these names you see are actually names of a person, one person who had children, and their children had children, and their children multiplied on a large scale. All right, the Lord blessed them to let their children multiply on a large scale. All right, and that's what happened. These are the forefathers, the progenitors of these races. Okay, there was a man named Ham. There was a man named Adawam. There was a man named Mawa'aba, Imawan, and Yashma'ila. Yashma'ila. That's Ishmael. Yashma'ila. Ishmael. Now there was also a man named Japheth, or Yapath in the Hebrew. His name was Yapath. Okay, translated into Japheth. All right, Yapath. All right. Okay, these are some of the major nations, or some of the big nations that a lot of the other nations fall under nowadays. Okay, from Ham you have, Cush, Pawat or Put, and Mizraim, which is Egypt. So you had these African nations come out of Ham. All right. All right. Let's get a little more. One more set. Okay. All right. Now let's get the 12 tribes. All right, how much time we got? Okay, we got some time. Let's get the 12 tribes. All right, the 12 tribes of Israel. First Most well-known tribe is Judah, or one of the most well-known tribes is Judah. How do you say Judah in the Hebrew? Yahweh. 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 Okay, which means the Lord's praise. All right, it's Yahweh. Yahweh. And that connector at the end, make sure you don't say Yahweh. That's what that is for. That connector at the end, make sure you don't. It's not pronounced Yahweh. Yahweh. It's Yahweh. Yahweh. Let's get the Assyrian. Yahweh. Yahweh. All right, Yahweh. Next is Benjamin. Benjamin. All right, how do you pronounce that in the Hebrew? Quite simple. Ban-yam. Ban-yam. Ban-yam, which means son of the right. Ban, which means son. Yamyan is right. Ban-yam. All right, let's get that spelling. Ba, na, ban-ya, ban-yam, yan. All right, ban-yam, yan. Ban-yam, yan. These are connectors. Ban-yam, yan. Instead of it being bana, yama, yamna. Yama, bana, yama, yama. It's not bana, yama, yama. It's ban, yam, yan. All right. Let's get in the Assyrian. Ba, na, ya, ma, ban, yam, ya, ban, yam, yan. Ban, yam, yan. All right, ban, yam, yan. All right, now let's get the next side. Levi, the priest. Tribe of Levi. Levi. The Haitians. Loya. That's how you pronounce that. Loya. La. Owa. Wa. Loya. Tribe of Loya. Levi. Tribe of Levi. And here is pronounced La. Wa. Ya. La. Alright, La. Alright. Let's get the next one. Simeon. The way you pronounce it, one of my favorite tribes to pronounce. or I like the pronunciation, Shamaiwan. Shamaiwan. All right. Shamaiwan. 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 And in Syrian, Shamaiwan. Now notice this na is different from these nas. Oh, this na gotta be different too. Actually. Because a na in the middle of a word is different character than the na at the end of a word. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. There you go. Alright. A na in the middle of a word is different than the na at the end of a word. So this is a na at the end of the word. It's this long hook or this long, candy cane thing. Alright. Next is Ephraim. Ephraim. Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans. Oh, I didn't say who they were. These are Negroes, Judah. Benjamin is the West Indians, Jamaicans, and Trinidadians, Tobago, and all that. Levi is the Haitians. Simeon is the Cubans, the Cubans, Shamaiwan, and Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans. Aparium. 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 Okay? Aparium. How do you spell that in Hebrew? Where's the okay. Aparium. 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 Get over here. Party. Okay, party. Next is Manasseh. Manasseh, who is the Dominicans. Dominicans. Spell that. Manasseh. Manasseh. And you spell that in the Hebrew is Manashah. Manashah. Keep that in the ancient. Manashah. Manasseh. Manasseh. Now, if I could, let me see if I can fit it. This is Negroes. This is West Indies. This is Haitians. This is Cubans. This is Puerto Ricans, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. This is Dominicans. Manasseh, Dominicans. All right. This is half of the 12 tribes right there. That's right there is half of the 12 tribes in English, Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, and Assyrian Hebrew. Judah, Yahawada, Negroes. Benjamin, Banyamin, West Indies. Levi, Aloya, the Haitians. Simeon, Shammai, Wan, the Cubans. Ephraim, Aparium, or the Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, or Manasseh, the Dominicans. All right, that's half of this 12. All right, so let's get the other half. Get ready to close out. Next is the tribe of Gad. Gad. All right. Thing about Gad is it's spelled the same way in the Hebrew. Gad. All right. God, and connected. God. God, child of God. Actually, I might need to write that a little thinner so I can fit all the tribes. Right there. God. 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 Tribe of Gad. Next tribe is Reuben. Reuben. Reuben sandwich. It's not like the tribe of Gad, though, or the tribe of Reuben. Ra'abam. Double check that spelling. Ra'abam. All right, Ra'abam. How do you spell that? Reuben is the Seminole Indians. All right. Ra'abam. Ra'abam is connected right there. Ra'abam. All right, Ra'abam. That is not a Ra. I'm sure. Let me fix this. Ra'abam. In the Syrian, that's still not Syrian. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, don't write this one down. So I get it right. Ra'abam. wa ba. Ra'alba. Ra'alba. Okay. Tribe of Reuben. Next is Asher. 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 Or Ashar. Ashar. All right. These are the from what's the tribe of Asher? Colombia to Uruguay. Yeah, from Colombia to Uruguay is the tribe of Asher. Ashar. 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 From Colombia to Uruguay. Next is Naphtali. 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 Now, what you say there in Hebrew is Naphtali. 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 Hold on. Naphtali, not Naphtali. 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 How you spell that in Hebrew? Naphthalia. Naphthalia. Okay. Now he said in the Assyrian, Naphthalia. That's the Assyrian. Next is Issachar. 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 How you spell that in Hebrew? Yashshakar. Yashshakar. Yash. Yashshakar. 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 How you spell that is Shakar. So Yashshakar. Yashshakar. Yash Shakar. Actually, it's Yash. Yash Shakar. So you're basically connecting these two. Yash Shakar. Yash Shakar. Yash Shakar. But when you say it, you know what I'm saying, you won't really say Sh twice. You just end up saying Yashakar. Alright? Ya, Sh, Ka, R. Yashakar. The Mexicans. Oh, Naphtali is the Argentina to Chile. Argentina to Chile is the tribe of Naphtali. Alright? Next is Zebulon. This is last but not least. Zebulon. Another one where I like their translation. Zabalawan. 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 Alright, Zabalawan. Like I said in the Hebrew, Zabalawan is Guatemala to Panama. Alright, Guatemala to Panama. Zabalawan. Okay, so let's write these names down. Native Americans. Native Americans, Reuben, Seminole Indians, Asher, Colombia to Uruguay, so the Colombians, so who would all be the Asherites? You talk about Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay. All right. So those are a lot of Asherites. Okay, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, and Uruguay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next is Naphtali, which is Argentina to Chile. Argentina and Chile are Naphtali. Buenos Aires is down there. Buenos Aires. And Santiago is down there. Hold on one second. Shalom. Mm-hmm. Okay. Naphtali is, let's see if I can even fit it. Argentina to Chile. Okay. Argentina to Chile. Issachar is the Mexicans, Mexico. Yeah, Issachar. Zabalawan is Guatemala to Panama. So, Gua, Gua, Gua. Guatemala, Guatemala to Panama. Okay, Guatemala to Panama. All right. So what you see here is the 12 tribes, okay, in their English and Hebrew pronunciation and spelling. All right. So you got Judah, also known as, or Judah in the English, Yahawada in the Hebrew, who are the Negroes. You see the spelling, Yahawada. Then you have, then you have Benjamin, Banyamin. All right, Banyamin. The West Indies. You know, you got Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Barbados, those places, those West Indies, West Indian islands. Levi, Loya, the Haitians. Simeon, Shemaiwan, the Cubans. Cubans. Ephraim, Aparium, the Puerto Ricans, Puerto Rico. All right, they're from the tribe of Ephraim or Aparium. Manasseh or Manasseh, they are the Dominicans. Tribe of Gad, in the Hebrew is Gad, Native Americans. The next tribe is Reuben, Ra'albon, which is the Seminole Indians, Seminole Indians. Okay. Next tribe is Asher or Ashar, Colombia to Uruguay. All right, Ashar, Colombia to Uruguay. Then you have Naphtali, Naphthalia, Argentina to Chile. After that, Issachar, Yashshakar, which is Mexico. The tribe of Issachar is the tribe of Mexico. Move. All right, then you have Zebulon, Zabalawan. Is Guatemala to Panama. Guatemala to Panama is the tribe of Zabalawan, or Zebulon. All right. Okay. Well, today we ended the class early, so you can clap that up. I'm going to read the security announcements. Hope you enjoyed the class and learned a lot as far as the tribes and the nations. Okay. Let's read the security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 through 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocations, we have the Midwest Fire Weekend in Chicago. Hook up with the brothers. It's going to be July 22nd through the 24th. All the brothers and sisters will be there. Come meet the brothers. We're going to be having camp, barbecuing, a lecture, class, just a whole power pack weekend of the truth. You know what I mean? Come experience what the kingdom of heaven will be like, you know, when you're with your brothers and with your people. And love the Lord. All right? Let's get some more. Hold on a second. Okay. If you want to check any more, you can go to the website, ishbk.com. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. With that said, Imagine, she's rise and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Face the camera. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakotcha, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lacham, Ka, Yawam, Basalaknawa, Kawawathnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawathnawa, Mala'ah, Tabiyanawa, Banasaya 1, Abol, Arashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakuth, Wa'ala, Wa'aparath, Wa'alumium, Aman. In the English. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Prayer for the power. Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Muthanaw, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kalmakala, Wakalamadawah, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakim, Amathium, Hakak, Arakawa, Patama Allah, Lagarashan, Bahashem Yahushai, Duwalaman. What we said in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Wa Miyaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Bataz of Yah, Alawak Yahana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kotazayanyam, Ha Kayayalium, Wa Hakwatium, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Duwala Aman. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels. Commander General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Anointing prayer. Yabaraka Yahweh, Wayashamaraka, Ya'ar Yahweh, Panyawa, Alyaka, Wayakhanka, Yasha'a, Yahweh, Panyawa, Alyaka, Wayashamlaka, Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, all destroyed of Israel. The Thurman family, the Sutton family, the Shitty family, the Nelson family, the Wright family, the Gale family. By Hashem Yahushai, the Wada Aman, in the English. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee, and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless, heal, shield, protect. The curses in the English. Blessed art you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Passacomatazzi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. Sar, from his turn, we'll give the curse to his loot. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb, Yasmin Top, we'll give the curse to the sisters. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Al Thumb Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Yasmin Top, class dismissed. Hey, class, I can.